Welcome to another episode of the DFC Podcast. First one of 2026.
Sorry, bro.
I'm leaving that in, you know.
I know.
Nah, listen. Very, very successful year for us as a DFC, and obviously sitting either side of us are two of the big fighters on DFC.
Come on. Main characters, you can't.
Lee Cook, Lee the chef. The chef.
Yeah. The champ.
The champ, and just Mr. DFC.
The main man.
Yeah.
Kye's a champion himself.
He's a champion, though.
There you go.
You got
there one
he's
day.
targeting gold. He's targeting gold
be there
this year,
soon, don't
100%.
worry.
I
We'll be
know
there
Kye.
soon.
If I know Kye, he's targeting gold this year.
Like 2 fights away, I reckon.
One. I'm just gonna say one.
What the fuck?
I'll ask my missus first and then we'll see where we go.
There you go.
And congratulations to you as well.
Thank you,
Congrats as
man.
well, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fatherhood.
Fatherhood,
Yeah.
how you
Adulthood, it's mad. Like, moving house, kids on the way. Now I'm an adult. I'm an adult now. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Lee, how have you been? Successful into the year for you, recapturing heavyweight gold on DFC. I said to Lee the other day that December you was the most. This is the most locked in I've ever seen Lee since I've known him. Like I'm talking, even when we done the Instagram live face-offs, no emotion, none. I was like, oh my god. Usually Lee's laughing, joking, relaxed. In that, just sitting there.
Ready.
Well, it's like when Marlon come on against Alessandro in the live face-off. Marlon just turned the thing on. He's like this. Same with Lee. Lee done the same thing, and
It's that mode.
it's in focus mode. And
Yeah,
obviously,
it's
you've
that mode.
done your job, done what you needed to do, back on top. But how are you feeling after, like I say, crazy into the year? But how's your year been?
For
Yeah,
real.
like the reason I was so locked in with that fight to other fights, and don't get me wrong, like I always train hard for fights, but I'd done everything I possibly could leading up to that fight. Like there was nothing, no more I could have done. I was sparring a lot, I was running, I was up early, getting my sprints in, like I'd done everything, and I think that's what helps me lock in so much for that fight, because I was sitting there knowing that like whatever that happened now, I couldn't have done no more. Where previously I might have skipped this, I might not have done this so well, I might not have put everything into that. So then you got them slight doubts in your head.
Yeah.
And if you go back to, I can't remember when it was, but when Jim beat me the first time, another reel got released from DFC. And the beginning of that reel says, I don't like losing, I've got a reputation and I'll get that back, trust me. And I had to do it for saying that, because I'm a man's man and I'm a man to my word. So I put that to that and I went and done it.
Do you know what Flips does? He's very good at this. He puts subliminal messages in these reels. Some of the reels that he does, the subliminal messages go in, and I feel like he does it on purpose to fire people up.
Probably.
100%.
Probably.
It's just my conspiracy theory of this.
Flip's a smart man.
Yeah.
He put a few up today from like previous ones.
Yeah,
that they've
he's put
done.
them up all on his story.
And do you know what? When I was watching them, I'm like, oh, like these are sick. Like even though I've watched them all 100 times, like, I'm still there. Like these are
come on.
sick.
100%.
I'm gonna say it right now. I don't think there is probably a show at this level that does the promotion that we do.
No way, nowhere near.
I'm not talking I'm talking my own and everyone else's work that they put in, but I just don't see the level of. Flips calls it when he tells me about certain things going up, quality control, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's quality control this, quality control that, and it is what it is. It's quality control, quality media. It helps you guys. Yeah. But it's interesting because that is obviously the intro to the episode, but we are here today on a different mission to talk about something different. I mean, you may notice we are wearing some jumpers designed by Vulture.
Sick as well, yeah.
In aid of mental health.
You got Vulture.
Kye, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Listen, this is a massive topic within the community. I was looking at something yesterday, and currently now, as of 2025, because obviously the year's just started, they went on statistics for this year. and statistics don't give you an idea of everything, but as it stands, 75% of people that take their own life are males.
Crazy.
As it stands in the UK, that is the statistic, which is quite shocking, to be brutally honest with you. The main reasons that come up for it, depression, anxiety, financial stress. It's a big one. Everyone can speak for themselves. You've all been. I've been stressed at about money at one point in my life.
Yeah,
I'm sure everyone has. That the feeling that gives you alone can put you into a really dark place. But it is a special episode today because DFC is delving into mental health. These two men here, big advocates for it. Lee Cook in his own right. Obviously, everything you do for people on social media, but what people don't know also as well is in your day job, you are a mental health officer. Yeah. Is that the right? Yeah.
They call it a mental health first aider.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just something that I put myself forward for too. And yeah, it's working in a male predominant industry. There is a lot of females as well, but male predominant. It was a massive eye opener to me. Again, like this I've been doing this now for a couple of years, but when I first started it, I didn't quite understand like how bad it can be, and like I'm quite fortunate that I get to go out to a lot of the sites and see all the different men now, and where they sort of now understand that I can be this like lad, this chap, this geezer, that I have also got that side to me where I will sit, I will listen and give advice where I can, because I think that's one of the main things what people get worried about with the mental health and people talking to them is like, you haven't got to fix their problems, just listening to their problem, you're already helping them. And then, as I say, you can take that away and maybe try and find them the help that they need, maybe give them the numbers that they need to call that might be able to help them. Like you as you said, like financially, let's just use that as an example. Like, you're not going to be able to fix somebody's financial, unless you're obviously got loads of money and you want to help them, but you're not going to be able to fix somebody's financial position if they're struggling. But what you can do is you can take it upon yourself to sort of see what can they do, because there is things out there that you can do.
Yes.
So I think that that's sort of a message that you sort of need to take away, is that listening to somebody's problems doesn't mean that you have to fix them.
Yeah. Just
listening alone, like, is just a massive weight, and like I can speak for myself in things that have happened to me. Like, I bottle everything up, and I'm like, no, like I'm good, I'll be good, and then it gets worse, and then the time when like I just let it all out, it's like a weight has been lifted, like for real, like a weight has been lifted. And again, my problem's not even fixed, but just telling somebody like that weight on my shoulder. And it's I think that that's what sort of people lack to do, is to speak up, and people to listen also. As I say, it's not just about speaking up, it's about listening.
Gully, for you as well, like I said this to Lee on the phone, and I'll come over to you shortly, Kye, but
we'll get to you, Kye.
I know he's got I know he's got a lot to say, so but adding on to that, I mean, you've been on your own journey.
I'm still on it, bro.
And you're doing very well. But can I just say, first of all, but I mean, you're very open about it on social media in terms of what
trying to get
done.
my followers up. Trying to tap into the market, sod it. Might as well.
No, Gully's just being silly. See, this is another thing men do. You know, when you talk about that, we do though. We talk about something serious, and we mask it with jokes, innit? But on a serious note, you obviously been on your journey.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. 100%.
So can you kind of side with what Lee's saying in terms of
definitely
just everything?
Definitely. One thing that I've really realised this year is the power of perspective, bro. And I can definitely second what Lee you just said about the power of listening, not always having to feel like you have to solve, but just helping maybe just kind of. I appreciate the people that have kind of stood by me and helped me just make sense of things, and just held space for me to make sense of things for myself, rather than feeling like they have to always have the remedy, because that's a lot of responsibility to put on yourself, you know. But my thing is, I'll just say that I think that we as men know like the unique challenges that we face in today's world as men. We know. And what I think lets us, if I can be honest, what I think lets us down as men is that there are some men who they feel frustrated that there are women who may not fully understand the things that men go through, and rather than understand, well, they are not men, so they have things that they go through that are unique to them as well.
Yeah.
I personally know, I've witnessed it myself, that there are some men who become really upset and really angry and almost resentful at the fact that they feel women don't understand. And ultimately, I think we as men should be more supportive of each other.
Yeah.
And give grace to the fact that, you know what, I as a man don't understand everything that a woman goes through, and I can't expect necessarily that she's going to naturally understand everything I go through. But rather than attack one another, it's like, you know, I'm fortunate enough, I know women who have friends, they have communities, they have like sisterhoods, they have friendship groups where even if their fella doesn't fully understand, or the men around them don't fully get it, they've got their female friends to support them, bro. And I think guys like need to support each other instead of being so confrontational at those who don't understand, bro. Because there's enough people who do give a toss to be there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Listening, that's the key thing, I suppose. And I mean that is listening is an important thing. Obviously, Kye, you've been on a crazy journey yourself. I mean, we spoke about it before on the podcast, but just a summary of everything for those people who don't know. But where you've got to now, to where you was. I know you've mentioned it before about even from the episodes of not being able to leave your house and all these things. To now, like, could you go back? Like, I kind of think, like, you know, when you get to a better place. It's not always the complete product, but you get to a better place. You almost want to go and tell your old self back, like, it's going to be like you'll get there. Yeah. Surely, like, for you as well, that is, you know, that could never be more relevant to what you've been through, and then obviously setting this up and everything you do. But talk to me a little bit about that as well and your perspective on it.
Do you know what? You just reminded me of a story. So Dan, my family's gym, a friend of mine called Jordan, he said to me, like, when he found out, like, so I've told him I'm moving house, got kids on the way, blah, blah, blah. He said to me, look, when I met you 4 years ago, if you would have said, in 4 years' time, I'm going to be, you know, I've got a missus, got kids on the way, got our first mortgage, he would have been like, nah, you ain't doing it. And around the times when he was talking about, I didn't even realise I was depressed. Didn't even realise. All I was doing every single weekend. So let me put into like a little perspective. So my best mate of 27 years, he was with his ex-missus for a long time. He broke up with his missus of 5 years. I broke up with mine of 3 years in the same week. Not intentional. And then another one of my friends had just broke up with his missus, who he'd just bought a house with. So you can imagine 3 best friends, we've all like just become single. All we did was go out. And it got to a point where if I didn't go out, I'd feel like it was a waste of a weekend. But then if I did go out, that weekend, when I've spent way too much money, I've done things I regretted, I was, like, either way, I wasn't happy. Do you know what I mean? And then it was even to a point where, like, I was getting stressed. Like, you know, we was talking about finances and stuff. I'd just moved out by myself at that point, and I was spending all my money going out. And then I was even going and working extra days down my gym, doing extra shifts to have money just to go out. And I didn't realise that I was just putting myself in a pattern of, like, a cycle of, like, making myself worse, making myself more depressed. And now, I look now and I'm like, I'm saying this because I'm so thankful for it. Like, next month, me and my missus will be moving into a house. We've got 2 dogs. We're having 2 kids. Like, I am so grateful for it. But back then, I would never have thought I'm going to get to this point. Like, especially so quick. And you know, like that saying where it's, like, you won't appreciate the sun without a bit of rain. Yep. That's what it's like. And that's now, when I look at my life now and I have a bad day, I know from experiences now I can just go, do you know what? It's just today. Tomorrow I might go and do a scratch card and win 250 grand. Who knows? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just things like that where I just I've learned from from my past that like bad days ain't a bad life.
Facts.
And now I'm just looking at life now, and I'm like, I just appreciate it so much.
Straight.
That's what I was going to say to you. It's a mad thing because 1 in 4 adults in the UK, 18, they classify it as 18 plus, but there is obviously younger kids that go through it as well, through bullying and these sorts of things. You see a lot of that as well, which is quite worrying. Kids 13, 14, 15 who take their lives because they're being bullied. They don't feel like they're worth it. They don't feel worthy, and it's sad, isn't it?
It's crazy.
But 1 in 4 adults in the UK at one point in their lives will suffer with mental health. That's a mad statistic.
Yeah.
That's a mad statistic. And mental health's a broad spectrum. I think myself, I've had plenty of it before, and I've spoke openly about it to people in this room. And mine stems from a lot of my dad. So it's like it's from a young age, and I lost him to he was an alcoholic. So I was quite young though. I was probably in, you're not good when, like, so hear this out. We've all left school, yeah? Mm-hmm. But when you're trying to remember what age you are in what year, can't do none of that. So I'm just going to say I was in year 6, yeah? I'll let you lot work that out. Mm-hmm. Chat GBT, whatever you want to do. I lost my dad at a young age, and I've struggled with it for years, but I struggled more with it in adulthood than I did probably when I was a kid, because I started to ask myself more questions like, why did he do this? Why did he do that? Then there's a blame comes into it, and you start having these conversations in your head, and next thing you know, it just scrambles out. Mm-hmm. It's changed my perspective on alcohol quite a lot. I quite openly say it. People know I don't drink a lot purely for the reason that I'm just traumatized by what happened to my dad.
Sure.
Not to say I don't drink, but in terms of a drink compared to the person who goes out, it would maybe 1 drink, 2 drinks. You see, or none. But I feel like it's taught me a lot though as well, because it's also kind of taught me that there's more to life than that, which can actually amplify your anxiety as well. Yep. As you both probably can understand, or all 3 of you can understand, how alcohol can amplify your anxiety. Some people go down the other route and they take drugs to numb the pain, and they think that will solve it. But ultimately as well, the main thing is, I think the reason the patterns of behaviour that people do these things is because they feel like they don't have an outlet or someone to talk to, or there's services out there. I was looking at something the other day, and it's quite worrying, but when we talk about the NHS, which is a wider service that cover mental health, they're overrun at the moment with mental health. Some of the waiting lists are 2 months, a month. Realistically, has somebody got 2 months?
Might not.
No. And I think as well, that's why, do you think that you two kind of feel like what you're doing is kind of easing that pressure within what you can control in your own community of obviously what you do? I mean, I'll let you both answer, but yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Look, for one, as I say, I've been a struggler myself in the past, gone through some stuff. And yeah, I'm not ashamed to admit that I've sat there and had the thoughts that I don't want to be here no more. It's just the route I wanted to take, and then things will get a little bit better, and then I'll go back there again, and I'll think, no, do you know what? Like, I think I want to do it, and like again, I've been there. I've been in them situations. I actually just following on from that, I was a little bit skeptical whether to like speak about this story, but I'm gonna. So just recently, obviously, I come off of the back of the win from the fight. And I was on such a high, like so high, and I broke up from work from Christmas, and I crashed. And my thing in the past, when I was a bit younger, was not drink, not drugs, is gambling. Like I had quite a bad gambling addiction, and I fell back into it over Christmas. I fell back into the gambling over Christmas. But what I started to do was I started gambling, and then I got myself in a bit of a pickle, and then like I'm gambling more to try and get out of it, and again, this is why I just stress about the talking, and the one thing that made me stop was when I actually sat down and like I spoke to my girlfriend, I spoke to my mum, and like, don't get me wrong, they haven't had to get me out of any situation, but just that speaking to them, like it then made me drive to like I woke up the next day and I thought about gambling different. Like I didn't want to gamble that day, like where I was gambling pretty much every day over Christmas. And I just needed someone to speak to. And as I say, I was just on such a high and boom, I crashed. And the reason I'm sort of sharing my story is like I just want people to know that like I know a lot of people look at me on social media and they see me. I live a great life and I'm so grateful for my life. Like I have nice things. I've got a house, as you say, you got a house. I've got a great girlfriend. Like things are good. But I just want people to know that like even people that are good can still struggle. Just because you're good doesn't mean that you got to sit there and think, well, I've got this and this. I don't deserve to feel guilty or depressed. Because that's not the case. Like
True.
People that have a lot around them and things that people would only dream of having, they can still be in bad states as well,
100%.
and do bad things to bring all of that on, i.e. the gambling relapse for me. And as I say, like and it's crazy. Like it's been a few weeks now since I've done anything and I'm so like adamant now, like I'm not gonna allow myself to fall back into that. I'm a bit of a gambler myself, not to stick on this part. And I think a lot of the time I do link it to like maybe I might feel a bit down or whatever. But it's like, because I just had to say this, it's like, bro, you know what? Because I lost like £80 yesterday, bro. But right, it was like I lost like a 20. No big deal, 20 quid, whatever. And then it was like, I ended up trying to do another one to make back the loss and then lost more. But the thing is, it's like, it's not like I'm just putting money on like red or black. It's not that I'm addicted to the thrill. So it's not like I just bet on random horses or whatever. It's like, for example, say like you know boxing and like you really know boxing, right? It's like you're placing a bet down on something you have knowledge of. So it's like, I have knowledge, like I reckon I know so-and-so's probably going to land more punches. Like you're betting on something that you know, that you've studied. Like not just betting on shit because you're just addicted to the risk. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm walking this tightrope where it's like, the amount of bets that I place, technically I'm probably addicted to betting, but I'm not just throwing money in the air. It's like a lot of the time I do win because I'm betting on things I know. And if I don't win, it's normally narrow. It's like normally like the narrowest of misses, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think the scary thing with gambling, like for myself, like it's not even about the winning a lot of the time. It's about like I've got that like excitement about watching that ball going around that wheel wall, watching them slots go.
That's a different thing. So.
Like and that's I think what I was thriving on rather than the money side of things.
That's definitely a danger with it because you're chasing the thrill. If you like, that's when it gets dark. Yeah, that it gets dark. You're chasing the thrill, I won't obviously name the individual because I don't think it'd be fair to name somebody, especially if you haven't checked with them before. But I remember speaking to somebody about it, and they were saying about how they are winning the money doesn't matter because now they feel like it's more. It's never enough. Never enough.
I know it.
Yeah.
I've got to a point with gambling before where I was like I was at work, and my thing with it was a boredom thing.
Yeah,
but I was betting on like stupid things like the Malaysia under-14s league or something. Like,
do you see
I was
what I'm
doing
saying, bro?
madnesses
That,
like,
what I'm trying to say, bro?
No, like 10 a.m. in the morning.
I've had them brother. I've had them once. J-League and that.
I've got that.
I've been there, bruv.
We gotta laugh about it.
Yeah, of course. Shanghai League and also, brother.
I remember doing like some Malaysian league or something like that, and my only tactic behind it was check the league table.
No, come on, bro.
And that's when I was sitting there thinking, I can't be doing this no more. So I've got that under control quite quick. I will say. I'll
be honest with you.
Check the league table. That's the one.
No, it's true. So, like it does get that dark because
bad.
I've bet and gambled on like Iranian second pro division football.
See, what do
I know about that? Check the table.
Yeah,
check the table.
And the point I'm trying to make, there is a serious point to this. And the thing is with these conversations, as serious as they can be, you also have to be comfortable enough to laugh about certain things. And
you got to have that bit of light. Because as you say, like, especially with it being so recent with me, like I can now sit here and sort of speak about it and laugh about it because, like, it's done. It's done now.
Yeah.
Like I want to move on from that. Do you know what I mean? I want to move on from it.
But yeah, like I said, it's mad because there's so many elements to mental health that people don't talk about. Obviously, I want to go on to it because we are sporting the jumpers.
Yeah, man.
Facts.
People can't see there. Just try and get them up.
I've got loads of dog hair on mine.
Do you know what? This is true. I was waiting outside for everyone to turn up because everyone was on time, of course. but I was waiting outside for thing, and people were walking past, and I could see they was reading my jumper, and I thought, do you know what? Like, you never know. Someone might like read that, and for one might think, I need to check in on that friend, or I'm struggling myself. Like, I'm not alone. There are other people that are struggling. Like, so I just think it's such a good, simple message that we can sort of put out there. Like, I'm going to be wearing mine whenever I can. Like,
Same.
because I want that difference for people that are reading it.
It's interesting because I go back to this point of now. If you was to take a picture or I was to take a picture of this, sharing it on social media, there's probably a high chance that people won't really share something like this on their social media. But listen, we're all guilty of it, yeah? We all send memes on Instagram, yeah? We all send memes, yeah?
Should be called
we
meme
will
brain.
not go into what the memes are or what your taste is, what your poison is. That's up to you. We'll let viewers at home, whatever memes you send, yeah. But my point I'm trying to make is, like, imagine like if you had 2,000 people share a picture of just that, just on their story, 24 hours, it's gone, or however they want to do it. But imagine 2,000 people share that, and with a hashtag of 1 in 4 people suffer from mental health. Like, imagine someone done that for 24 hours. Can we do that for 24 hours? Let's try.
I think we should.
I think we should do that. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Just everyone share it just once. Don't cost you nothing. It's no effort.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Nothing. And it
That's
might
a
help. And it
challenge.
can help
On Instagram.
anyone.
Yeah, and they got the repost button now as well.
8,000
Underneath.
people on the DFC Instagram
Just
account.
hit repost.
We are challenging you. Share this photo that we will put up when this video is released,
Please do.
and hashtag it. 1 in 4 people suffer from mental health. How much of a message can that be sent? Because how important is it for someone just to visually see that?
Well, like following on from that, obviously I post up a lot about bits and pieces and also my training and he actually said to me the other day, because I said to him, I might mention this, and I said, can I mention your name? He said, yeah, no problem. So big up my pal Antonio, he lives in Spain, and he messaged me and he was like, bro, you don't understand, like, without Nan, like, you've saved me. He's like, I was down, like, he lives in Spain, always partying, always drinking, always out, and he's like, I couldn't stop. He's like, and I just see what you was doing, and it motivated me to just start something. And he's like, now I haven't drunk in months, I'm training most days. He's like, so thank you. Like, and he like randomly messaged me, and I'm just like, that is the powers of social media, and just what something that somebody sees can do for them.
Kye, somebody tells me you have an announcement.
Yeah, so as part of my fundraising as well, for my birthday this year, I'm going to be doing a ultra marathon. So I don't know who thinks to do that from their birthday. But, yeah. So
But yeah, good luck.
as a part of my my thing with fundraising and helping people with mental health and stuff is so as example with Rosie, who I raised money for last time, this is what we're saying with mental health when it can go into so many other things. Like, imagine the effects of Rosie's mum's mental health when she has to fundraise all the time. She has to look after her daughter. There's a young kid called Harley that I've been raising money for recently. He needs money for an operation, life-changing, life-saving operation. And my thing on why I wanted to bring this up on the podcast is how much strain it must put on Harley's family for them to have to raise money to help their kid. In all honesty, they shouldn't need to raise money. It should be a thing where, okay, cool, this kid needs help, we're going to help him. But they are. So for this year, my birthday this year, I will be running an ultra marathon to raise money for Harley. And that's the announcement. I don't know why I'm doing it on my birthday, but
When is it?
For that.
When is your birthday, by the way?
I'm doing it. My birthday is March the 18th, and
I'm the
going to
19th. That's crazy.
so I'm going to be doing it on March 14th. So the weekend before our birthday, I'm going to be doing it, and I'm going to be hosting a party after. I don't know how I'm going to try and cut shapes, dancing and stuff after an ultra marathon.
Insane.
But I'm going to be doing that, so I'm going to be fundraising through that, and I'm going to host a party after. I might do a fancy dress party or something. I don't know. Everyone comes. It's, I don't know, a donation to get in or something. Everything's going to go towards Harley. So, yeah.
Wicked.
So we have a very, very important mission to push that. As everyone here, everyone watching, it's very simple. And if people aren't in a position to, I know time's going to be hard for some people. If people aren't in a position to give, sharing is free.
Yeah, for real.
Yep.
I think that's an important thing to say, isn't it?
Because all it takes is you to share that message once, and it might go to someone who
Can donate.
Yeah, can donate or
Can relate.
Can relate or anything like that. That's all it takes is a little share.
I'm going to ask you all a question, and you know, toughest moment you've had 2025 that you're willing to share. That you're willing to share, and I mean that as in what you felt like, and it could be a feeling. It doesn't have to be a situation, but a feeling you went through emotionally. So, Kye.
I can only, to be honest with you, last year was probably one of the best years of my life. The only negative I can have is obviously the fight versus Leon.
Yeah. Even then, it weren't like a terrible thing. It was just a case of, you know, what could I have done better, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It was just a thing in my head of like, are you any good at boxing? That was my thing. Are you any good at doing this? Why are you doing this? You've just been knocked out. Do you know what I mean?
It's boxing, man. That happens. Like,
I've always said you're a scrapper.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, I sat down, and this is why it's so important to talk to people who understand you. My missus went, you do realise that's the first time you've ever been dropped. Like, you've never been dropped in fights. You've never had an 8 count. You've never been stopped. That's the only loss you've had where it ain't been by decision. So then when she said that, I was like, do you know what? You're right. And I was all right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying about talking about it. Simple as that, weren't it?
Just to add on to that, because you mentioned something before we recorded about fighting and winning, losing. But regardless of the win or loss, I'm right in saying the relief and the release that you get after a fight is a great feeling. Even if you've lost, that you come in and tried, or you've won, that you're obviously victorious. But regardless, that feeling is positive. I feel like for 90% of the time. Obviously, some people take winning and losing differently, but ultimately, when you sit down and think about it, even after you've calmed down, you're like, I've just done that.
Yeah, I think a lot of, especially more in like the unlicensed scene, it might be a little bit different for pros, but like a lot of people get into to have an unlicensed boxing fight or to get into to have a fight because they want to prove to themselves that they can do something. Like they're not going to go out every weekend drinking. They're going to stop taking drugs. They're going to do you know what I mean? So I think for unlicensed people, that the fact that you might have had 3-4 months of stopping that, regardless of that result, look at what you've achieved in that 3-4 months. You said and you was going to dedicate something to your life, and you've done it. Yeah. You've stuck at it, and I think that in itself, as I say, for people that then get through and have that fight, if you lose, so what? Look what you've achieved. You've proven to yourself that you can do something, and that you don't need to do that every weekend.
That's true. I'll say something because it wouldn't be right of me answering the question if I didn't answer it. I'd probably say my toughest moment last year was admitting that I needed help. Counselling, anxiety, all these sorts of things. That was my toughest moment last year. I hit a rock bottom. And it's not to say that necessarily my life and surroundings is bad, because I have really good people around me and family and everything else, and no one can feel guilty like they've done something wrong. But I just didn't feel right within myself. So I went and chose to get the help. And I'm doing stuff to try and stay on that path now. But I think it's important to say that something my counsellor said to me is that realistically, the feeling different situations in your life at different stages present themselves, and they bring up feelings again. And it's more about just coaching yourself how to deal with it. You're not always going to get it right, but if I know the methods now, I can try and implement them where I can. I don't think there's a cure for anxiety, to be honest with you. But I think that you can manage it through life choices and things that you do, but also through learning off people, talking to people and doing these things. So I'd probably say that was my biggest low this year, but I got help. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Oh, it's me, innit?
Yeah.
Flipping hell. This year, alright, cool. So I came into this year feeling quite low anyway. Like 2024. So I'm not even used to 2026 yet.
Yeah, I know. I keep saying it's
2024.
2020.
Yeah. So 2024 was not the easiest year. So I remember coming into 2025 not really in the best spirits, but we'll see how it goes, sort of thing. We'll see how it goes, really, sort of thing. And first 7-8 months or so felt like a bit of a mixed bag. But by August, on a personal level, due to just certain events, I was just in a really low place, like personally, like, and I just looked around, and a lot of relationships around me just seemed like they just, I don't know how they deteriorated to this point, bro. Like, it's just like one day I just looked around and just took stock of where things were, and I realised how much things had changed, and I just felt really low. And I think it was at that point that I said, okay, cool, I've got to start really learning how to pour into myself. Because I'm good at pouring into people, friends, like loved ones and stuff like that. But, you know, I don't always find it as easy to show that amount of love to me.
That's always the way, though, isn't it?
So, you know, and then it was like, I think it was like August. I signed up to the gym in August. And then from then I just started really going in and really just locking in. And then, it goes, like, it's got that multifaceted effect where it's like, it's physical, mental, and then starts to help other areas of your life because you start seeing everything a bit different. Confidence kind of goes up, like, so, like, and then it's good because I've come into a new year now feeling a lot more ready, basically, like people always going, not everyone, but a lot of people go into a new year with all these plans. This year, this is my year, I'm going to do it. Normally, I don't come into a new year in any shape to feel like this is my year. Like, it's like I go into a year feeling like, oh, fucking hell, I got to get myself together. And then, whereas this year I came in feeling like, you know what, like, not in the worst state to start, So I think, like, one thing I understand as well is that accountability is so important, bro, man.
For real.
Like, it's so important, man. Take responsibility. Because I've got friends around me, right, who have similar problems to problems that I've had. And I think we used to be bonded by the problems. So we chill, we hang out, might have smoked once for the time, talked, whatever, bro, but we chill, and it's like we didn't realise it, but it's like we kind of just, like, it's like we just stir this pot of shit, basically, but it's like we're not getting anywhere, but it's like we're just comforting each other in this shit, but there's no resolution, bro. And then what happens is when you start taking the steps and you start really trying to do the work and really trying to, like, mentally equip yourself to handle things better, when you then come back around someone who has not made any effort to deal with things better, you now can see the difference between yourself and maybe someone who isn't at the point yet where they're really addressing stuff. Do you get me?
I think before we go on to Lee, it's also important to mention that definitely helps, but also that to people that are watching, because again, like, this is a platform that does boxing events. You don't, like, to get into that space, it can be anything. Just move. Yeah. Just move. Yeah. Walk, hike, run, whatever you feel is within your capabilities. I think moving is the most helpful thing that can do that can help your mind.
For the head,
I've always said, I've said this on my Instagram stories, everything. Just because you see me running marathons or doing whatever, don't mean you've got to do that to get yourself. You could go and do finger painting. It don't matter. It don't matter what it is. You can go do knitting. You can even do, like them books you buy where you just colour it in. I know people that have seriously helped themselves just from doing that. It doesn't matter what you do. If you enjoy something and it gets you out of that hole that you're in, go and do it. It don't matter.
True, you know.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, and I think as well, Lee, if I ask you, go on to you for that as well. Again, it can be a moment, it can be a feeling, emotion, whatever. But 2025.
I'll be honest with you. So last year was a very good year for me. But at the start of the year, I was doing well with my work. I'm progressed really on through. I've done a few things on my tick box. Like one of them was to do a public speak. I've done a public speak in front of loads of people. That was really daunting. But I've done it. And then obviously I lost the title, but won that back. But none of them sort of like come close to what I spoke about earlier with the gambling. And it's not because I lost that money. Like it really wasn't. It was because I let myself down into getting back into that stage and putting myself into that position that I promised I'd never put myself in again. And I put myself in it after all them years of not. And I think, as I say, losing the money was not very good. But it was the letting myself down that I put myself there, and that to me was like a hard pill to swallow. But then as I say now like I know it's only been a few weeks, but look, a few weeks is a few weeks. Like it's day by day.
Facts.
And I'm in such a better headspace already. Like now, over Christmas I had, while this was going on, I had days I didn't even get out of bed. Like, and that ain't me. I'm normally up at 6 a.m. and I have to go and do something. Yeah,
I had that over Christmas. It's a horrible feeling because I'm the same as you. 6 up and just about doing things, be it hiking, walk, whatever it may be. But I just need to be up. I need to be doing something. I can't. I think bed rot is a real thing.
Definitely.
Bed rot's a real thing.
That time between Christmas is always weird, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone says
like, a lot of people enjoys it, but I think it can be horrible sometimes because it's great when you sit down spending time with the family and that. Don't get me wrong, but Christmas Day finishes Boxing Day. They're anomalies because of you're with family and you're engaged. You're doing something. Those days in between that and New Year's,
they melt together a bit. For me.
For real, like you're like, and again, I know loads of people say this, and I'm not saying it because they're like, I was waking up days. I couldn't even tell you what day we was on, like whether we was on a Monday or Tuesday. Like I didn't even know. So like I didn't have to look at my phone.
I think one of the days, I can't remember what day it was, but I got up, brushed my teeth, stayed in my boxers and t-shirt all day. No, it's not even a joke. And I felt at the end of the day, I'll tell you how I felt at the end of the day. Horrible.
Yeah, like a waste of a day, innit?
But all of this being said, like this falls into another thing of thinking. And again, like this isn't for. I know everyone's got their own things going on in life, but like that was for people like us that like go to work and do things. Imagine like people that haven't got jobs, like, and they're having to deal with that every day for most of the year. And this is what I'm trying to get at. Like, think of what that's doing for their mental health. If they're not getting out, if they're not moving, if they haven't got a hobby, like they're doing that every week for the whole year. Yeah, like that's crazy.
My thing is, we used to be like if you wanted to eat, you had to go hunt like deers and stuff. Like we're designed to be active. So when you're not, look, I get every now and then. I do love it. Like when I get home, I've been gym, I've been to work, and I've got a spot on my settee that's like engraved with my body shape, When I get into that spot, it's nice, it's cool. But doing that all the time, it's no good for your health, mentally, physically. This is why I always say to people, like, you ain't got to go do a map. You could just go and walk. Go take your dog for a walk once a day. That's still that little bit of chemical you're releasing by being active.
Yeah.
And do it when you don't want to do it as well.
That's the one.
That's the best bit.
Yeah. That's the battle I have with myself. I feel like, and sometimes it can go one way, and when it doesn't go the way, like you know about it because you tell yourself, like, come on, like, do you know what I mean? I think I can openly say that, like, it's that battle that you have with yourself when you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
I have to use the gym as an example because that's my thing. But I say this to people that like try and get to it. I'm like, all the times I don't want to go training, which there are many, I've never walked out there and thought, I wish I didn't go training.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
I've always been, I'm glad I've done that.
Facts.
But the times I don't go training and I sit there and I don't go, I sit there beating myself up about it. So like, just weigh that up. Of course,
It's mad. I think the tides changed from probably when you was younger and when I was all of us.
You
were
said
younger.
that like I'm 100. Oh shit!
No, because you're
you. No, that's cool. That's cool.
Hear me out.
That's
Let me
cool.
finish.
I hear it.
Your age, which we will not specify on the podcast.
I mean, bro, alright, I'm on the 4th floor, but just about, bro. Like, I just got there. Like, fucking hell.
No, but I'm saying your era was raving.
Your error? Fucking hell, bro. You're right, bro.
Your era. Hear me out. Let me
Alright, go
let
on.
the plane land.
Go on, bro.
I'm saying drinking, going out, raving, smoking inside.
Yeah.
Am I lying?
No.
All right, cool.
Wait, smoking inside?
Yeah.
in pubs and that.
Yeah.
Even I remember that. Going into pubs with my dad. And
Yeah.
my eyes be stinging from everyone smoking.
Yeah.
I ever see that, I'll be honest.
Yeah. I can't remember what year that they stopped indoor smoking and that. I can't remember.
I think I remember it.
It must have been early 2000s or something.
Yeah.
Must have been early 2000s.
Used to be able to smoke in everywhere. Yeah.
I would
What?
have been young then.
Yeah. I feel like you could even smoke in Wimpy, bro. I feel like in Wimpy,
Burger
they had
and a cigarette.
ashtrays at the tables in Wimpy, bro. Like,
But what I'm trying to say is
crazy.
the tides turned even from when I was younger as well. In the sense of when I turned 18, and you spoke about this earlier on, because you had it as well. But that period of you going out, raving, there was a time where most people saw that as like the only thing to do on a weekend.
Yeah,
Now
definitely,
people
definitely.
do the walks, high roxes, and all these things.
Paddle.
High rocks is a different thing.
Yeah, no, but hear me out. Paddle. Not gonna lie to you.
I want to do it. I want
Hear
to
me
try
out.
paddle.
That's true.
Let's leave paddle in 2025. Just play tennis.
Yeah.
Just play tennis. If you can't play tennis, just say, "No, I play tennis." But if you can't play tennis, I feel like people who play paddle can't play tennis.
You're a snob.
They're going to lose a lot of followers, I reckon. No?
Yeah.
People are going to...
Everyone's into paddle at the minute.
There's a big
literally.
paddle
Hey,
community.
do you know, I feel like you're calling somebody out that has only played paddle to play
Challenge
and
me to paddle. I've never played it. Someone. I've never played it though, but I'll play it. But
Yikes.
no, but paddle is a new thing. No, but jokes aside, like paddle, people are doing paddle. People are doing the tide's changing. The culture of drinking, going out. I don't think there's a lot of nightclubs that are open anymore. As a lot of them are closed down because they're losing the business because a lot more people are investing in their health. That's what I'm trying to say. Jokes aside.
Yeah.
And that could be for anything. Like I said, gym, walking, training for whatever you want to train for, playing football, whatever it may be. But the good thing is people like are not seeing alcohol and smoking as the main or going out because they come together, going out. And that's what you got to do on a weekend. People are getting up early and going out and going for a walk, like you say, walking the dog, whatever it may be. And I that's the biggest change I've noticed within the last, I'll say 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like health and fitness is a lot more like in now as well, isn't it? Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's a good sign.
It is.
Final messages, Kye, for people, and I'll go to Lee afterwards as well. For anyone that's watching this, and anyone that may draw inspiration from this or may need help or is looking for that something to get them out of somewhere, and I'm hoping this episode alone does a million things for somebody. If they watch it, they're inspired. I think it's important to say before I move on to that, we're always at DFC, we're always building on what we're doing, if that's in the team or these boys have their stuff going on as well. If there's anything that you think that any of us can do to give you a direction or something to do, reach out,
For real.
message. Because like I said to you, DFC is a family. You want to get involved with DFC, drop us a message. You think you can add value to it on the night, whatever it may be, not just fighting, but anything, just drop us a message. I think I want to throw that in because I think it's important, because I think it's something that Flips says very heavily about that they're always looking. I mean, you look at how big the team is now, and that's fighters and everyone else and people everyone that contributes to the show. It's gone from like 2 or 3 people to, you know, a wider team now, and everyone plays their part and does their bit. And everyone, and to be fair, people. What says it for me a lot about the shows is I'll see fighters turn up at shows that they're not even fighting on.
Yeah.
To support people in the corner. Lee's done it. Kye's done it.
True. True.
Some people are fighting and cornering. But my point being
does that, isn't he? Marcus Stevenson.
Yeah. But if you would like I said, if anyone's watching this, if I can say it before I pass it on to Kye, if anyone feels like they want to get involved and just do something, message us. But Kye, a message to those people as well from your part.
Yeah, so my main thing is I've always said that sort of saying. There is a better way to say it, but I think it's you don't enjoy sunshine without a little bit of rain. My thing is you might have a bad day on Monday, have a great day on Friday, and one bad day, one good day will cancel out a bad week. So if you have got any troubles and stuff, just don't think that one day of trouble is going to be the rest of your life, because it won't be. Honestly, it won't be. If you are someone that is sort of struggling with mental health and stuff, go and find a sport. I can absolutely guarantee you, if you find a sport, it hasn't got to be a sport that everyone does, football, boxing, whatever you want to go and do, just go and give it a try. If you look at a sport, I don't know, you're on TikTok watching something and you think, oh, that looks like a good sport. I've even seen they do like Harry Potter broomstick race things now and that. If you want to go do that, go and do that. It don't matter. Just go and do something that keeps you active, gets you out of the house, and something to look forward to after you go to work. That's my message.
Yeah,
Lee?
man.
I think my message, because obviously it would be to sort of base it exactly what Kye said, but I think a message I want to sort of say to people is if you're struggling, if you're an addict in any sort of way, if you've done bad things, don't think you're any less of a person or deserve any place on this earth any less than anyone else. Go and get help. Go and speak to people. And as I say, don't get help Monday. Don't get help next week. Do it today. Do it as soon as you've seen this. Get whatever help you need. Do it. Because this is another thing. People go, I'll start next week, or I'll speak next week. Do it now. Do it now, as you will not do it. And as I say, speak to people more. And yeah, you just got to open up. And I think a massive one that you said, Gully, is accountability. You've got to take accountability for your actions.
You do, man.
And you can't expect things to change if you don't want to change. You've got things have to change for change. Yep. So if you do want to have a better life, and yeah, you just do them things.
Yeah.
I got a little bit muddled up at the end.
No, that's right.
I'm thinking a lot about even with myself and that, with what I just went through. As I say, one of the main things was accountability. I had to take accountability for my actions, and it's such a big thing.
100%.
Gully?
I just encourage guys, especially we're talking obviously to a lot of the men. I just encourage people to, support your friends, support your bros, etc. Try and have those little communities within your little friends groups and that, where you can have your safe conversations and that. And don't get me wrong, everyone is not a safe space to talk to. Not all your friends are going to be that friend who you can be that vulnerable with, but the people who show themselves to be a comfortable space to talk to, use that and be there for them as well. I think we definitely there just needs to be a lot more support, just running through just lads in general, and for anyone who's been through stuff that was such and such happened to me when I was little or whatever. You got to learn to be able to forgive yourself, because some people go through stuff that they had no choice in, and so it's that might now affect you for the rest of your life. But you got to forgive yourself, because it weren't really your fault, and even if it's something that continues to show itself up in your adult life, still. You got to forgive you. And you know what? You maybe forgive people who've done you wrong, not because maybe they even care. Maybe they don't deserve the forgiveness. Maybe they don't care if you forgive them or not. But for you, bro.
For your sanity.
For you. Because like it takes me a lot of time to let stuff go. I can hold feelings like the best of them or the worst of them. Do you know what I mean? And you have to be able to forgive, man.
One thing to mention from my end as well, there is a service out there that I know of that I can put out for men who want to help. It's necessarily Gents Who Vent. I've been a part of it for about 2 years. A secure WhatsApp group with a load of men in it. And literally, if you've got an issue or a problem where you just want to have a chat, go in there. Non-judgmental. Everything stays in that group. If you wanted to reach out, if you want to get involved with something like that, look them up on Instagram, Gents Who Vent. And you can request to be added to the group. And this is just talking to other people who are going through stuff day to day as well. It's a service that I found quite useful as well, because I've actually met people on that group just through having a chat, and like people you'd never think in day to day life you'd come across, because you're very different, but you are the same in your problems and stresses and anxieties. So that's a good group.
You know what? Yeah, can I just add, just on top of that? I realise now, you know, being old and whatnot.
Sit forward.
Yeah, my old age.
Yeah.
That it's like, originally, I think I used to meet people based on where I live. Yeah, that's how I would have met my first mates. And then I would have met people based on where we happened to study, school. And then I might have met people based on where I did my hobbies or whatever. Basically, there's always these different reasons as to why I'd meet people, where I worked, whatever. It's like now, it's like when I think of the people who I've met and some of the recent friends I've made, it's not because of where I grew up. It's not because of what culture I'm from. It's not because of where I work. It's like I'm just connecting with people based on the heart that I've got and like the heart that they've got. So what happens is now, I've realised now I'm at that age where I really find myself looking around at some of the friends I've got nowadays and be like, 10, 15 years ago, I never would have thought a day in my life like that, like we would be. But it's like, it's more now just about the character, and I recognise that personally. Sorry, I'm going for a phase right now because I got a lot of friends who are like long-time friends who I'm dealing with the reality of the fact that they're not really for me moving forward. And like life, the way life looks moving forward, like it's a bit like collateral damage. But so it is what it is.
Everything's a lesson.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one to end on, chaps.
Where can people get the hoodies though? If they're not like me, you know. And, you know.
Go to Vulture Sports on Instagram.
That's what I'm saying. Let them know because
everything we raise from this goes to Mind as well. We don't take no profit from it. Every single thing that every penny we make goes to Mind. It goes to Mind, Harley or Rosie, whatever we're fundraising for at the time. At the moment, it would be Harley.
Get a link for the GoFundMe up and shared on the stories and everything else. You can donate.
Can I just say, like, big shout out to DFC for even like allowing this to happen. Like, this right here shows what that promotion is all about. It's not just a boxing promotion. Like, we want to help people as well. So big shout out, like, because things like this is people's time, people's money, people's effort. But we want to be here. We want to be here. We want to be making a difference. So big up and thank you.
That's true. And I'm just going to say I'm proud of these two also, by the way, because obviously I've been at one DFC I missed, 8, yeah? And a lot happened at 8. So I know this isn't the time. But aside from DFC 8, I've been at all of them and I've watched these guys. I've watched them win, I've watched them take losses, and I've watched them bounce back. And when you add the fact that you know outside of the ring that they've been fighting just as much as inside the ring, you can only tip your hat to these guys, bro. Only respect them, even more so.
Big love.
So I just wanted to say big up, bro.
I think
to you both.
Yeah, I think I can reiterate that massively there. I've seen Kye come in as an outsider of DFC, and now he's Mr. DFC. Lyndon Coombs, I have to give a shout out. That is Mr. DFC.
Big up, Lyndon.
But Kye does so much for DFC that people don't see. So he's like Mr. He's like Prince, Mr. DFC. King Lyndon
Prince
Coombs.
of DFC.
King,
Yes.
Say that.
No,
You got King
you have,
Lyndon
you know.
Coombs. Hear me out. You got King Lyndon Coombs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lyndon's fought on every show.
Indeed.
If that's a man, when you talk about mental health, that's a man who I say to people all the time that I've been asked about it at work. And a lot of people flag up the same thing and they say, "Oh, Lyndon's fight, like he's like that guy's quite." They'll make comments and I'm like, I'm telling you now, go and watch him fight. Go and watch him fight. He fought him. Ask him. Ask him.
Oh wait, all I'd say to them is you go fight him
Yeah,
because I ain't doing it again.
He's got an engine on him. That is the engine.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's an engine. But sorry, I was going off point there. But yeah, you do a lot with DFC. Involve the shows, the support. You guys. Another thing as well is what you see on a lot of shows. Fighters will go and have their fight. They'll go, and I tend to trend at DFC is guys like you will stay and watch the whole thing.
Not only that, sorry, I don't want to kill that thing, but like we've got the thing now, like myself and Kye, like my supporters are his supporters, and his supporters are my supporters.
Literally.
So like we got double support at the fights.
Yeah.
So it's mad.
That's sick.
It is. Like I'll walk up, like there's people there who like they've got Lee Cook jumper on. They're like, yes, guy.
Yeah.
Sick.
Sweet.
Oh, that's actually sick.
It's good. It's a very family orientated promotion, and I think it's a game changer within the sport of unlicensed boxing because people come onto the show and feel like they're a part of something bigger than other shows. Maybe a little quote from Flip's rinky dink shows. That the fighters go on and take a buck and leave, and they don't. But here at DFC, we're passionate. We're passionate people, passionate fighters, and this is what we do. We're the best.
Rinky Dink done me then.
Yeah, Rinky Dink.
Oh, by the way, it was near enough a year ago today. I'll come on this for the first time.
I remember.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You was the first.
I remember.
You was the first guest,
on.
and you come on afterwards.
Yeah.
I remember.
And now look at us, we're like season pros.
You know what I mean?
I remember Lee's first one. He was like on it. And he ain't done a lot of media before, so he's there. And honestly, Lee used to do this thing. Yeah, it was hilarious. So like he'd be that normal, how he is now. To be honest with you, camera comes on, just mad serious. Like
Yeah. Got a shiny head where I'm
literally,
sweating.
mad straight, like mad straight. Kye, come on. Kye's given me absolute, like behind cameras, people can't see this. It's a funny moment. This was after Scott Riley won, yeah? And Kye's off camera. We bought him, what was it, after Scott Riley won? Or was
It was after Scott
Yeah,
Riley
it was
won.
after Scott Riley won where Kye lost. And he's gone to me, he's off camera, he's like, there's no way you think I lost that fight.
I'm hotting everyone up. I'm hotting everyone up here.
Funny story is Mrs. after DFC, after the second one, I've walked out the venue and I'll never forget it. It was hilarious. And to be fair, I would have done the same thing. She's come up to me and she's gone, did he win that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was
Go,
hilarious. No, I thought it was hilarious. But like from when we met Kye was seen as the villain at first.
You took the words
He
out
was
of
the
my
villain.
mouth. I was
Yeah,
waiting.
the
I was
villain.
going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's just the way that, but the long way that both of you have come in
100%.
your personal life and on DFC is mental. Like I wouldn't have sat here a year ago and thought Lee was obviously, top of the chain, top of the food chain for the heavyweights. You've just come in as the villain, the outsider, the guy that was. The guy that come to upset the apple cart.
Literally.
I think there's mad words for it.
Yeah.
The second fight made so much sense. I'm glad we done it because in my head I'm like, if the second fight didn't happen, I think Kye would have still fought on DFC. But I believe things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
So I feel like every interaction you have leads on to something else. If that second fight didn't happen, certain things we might have missed out on going forward. With Kye and it's mad.
That's kind of why I was so out there and stuff and speaking about the fight and on social media saying, yeah, there's no way you won, because I knew if I didn't say nothing and just went, oh yeah, all right then, cool, you wouldn't have took the rematch anyway.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to be like that. I had to be like the villain sort of thing to get the fight.
Fast forward to 10, he's got 5 fighters on DFC. He's taken over.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Go on.
What I was going to say really is that I think, I don't know what I'm ultimately, right, before you and Scott had a fight for DFC, I think he was already in his own story already, right, where he'd had the Kye Dan fight and whatever. So it was kind of like he was. It looked like for me he was already on a redemption arc when he crossed paths with Kye. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I think for you. So when you kind of come in at that point, it's kind of like, and he's already like the at the time he's kind of like the good guy in the story kind of thing. Like he's already got like the hearts of the followers, and you know he's already had the bad loss, but you know he'll get it back. And then it's like, oh, who's this Kye guy in the middle? Who's this Kye guy? Like, he's getting in the way of the story. Like, and then it's like, but really, you weren't really getting in the way of his story. This was your story. Like
it's my time, mate.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like it was your story you were telling. So it's just funny how these things work out.
Big up Scott anyway.
It all works out in the end, man.
Oh god. We're gonna end on that. Official DFC _for the Instagram.
Definitely.
DFCSZN for the YouTube. That's DFC and then SZN for the YouTube. You guys want to shout your socials out as well?
Just Gym Guy Kye. Wait, I forgot to spell it. GYMGUYKYE.
Yeah.
And that's only. I don't really use anything else. It's just Instagram.
Same. Isn't it?
Yeah, Insta's the one. My Instagram, TikTok, well, they're my two things. But Instagram's Lee_Cook29, and then if you just put Lee Cook29, I'm sure it'll come up on TikTok. I can't remember what it is though.
Sure. Make sure you follow DM Gully because he's like a big celebrity now. Wretch.
What?
Big interview with Wretch.
Yeah, big up, man. Big
and
up,
all
big
these.
up,
Listen, follow you because you're like you're soon. I think I'm gonna be walking with Gully and people are gonna get pictures. Like I think he's getting there. He's getting there.
You've got to be proud of yourself. Remember.
Proud of you, bro.
Do you need security?
I know who to call when I do, bro.
Yeah, Lee, not me.
Trust me. Baddest man in Kent now. Listen. Not even now. We've been the baddest man in Kent.
But big up to Gully.
But
as well,
listen,
man.
big up, man. Follow me, D Gully, and follow us, and stay tuned in. This is going to be good. This year's going to be good for all of us. Watch.
We'll see you back again for another episode soon. Thank you for joining in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.